All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today is Thursday, March 16th, 8:43 a.m. My name is Brennan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella. Mr. Freeman will be the panel. We're here. Headquarters in Baton Rouge. With staff and support there, please introduce yourself.
Hi, sir. This is Mr. Murphy, Program Manager for Steel Hull. We're getting Mr. Brown right now out of waiting. Lieutenant Crawford.
Okay.
While we're waiting, is he in the program or he's just there at the facility?
He is here at the facility, sir.
And yeah, we are.
I'll identify myself, security, Lieutenant Crawford.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
I need to pull the camera down a little bit. We can't really see y'all.
Okay, yes, sir. And my mental health director, Lori Culpepper, will be in the room as well. She's en route from the front, along with another program manager, Jessica Frizzell. She was letting Ms. Frizzell know Ms. Fisher know the hearing is starting.
The camera down in a bit. We're looking at the ceiling.
Now, when he gets in, he'll be right in front of it.
Okay, good. All right, as long as you got it figured out, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah, no, we're. Mr. Brown, have a seat, sir. Right here.
All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Ernest Brown, 102751.
All right, Mr. Brown, again, my name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella and Mr. Freeman will be your panel today. We're here for parole revocation hearing. I'll read some rule violations. You plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement. We'll ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
And then we have Ms. Edna Brown Hickman here who will speak at the appropriate time, Lottie Brown Robinson and Dolores Cochran at the appropriate time. You got to make a brief statement.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a parole revocation questionnaire in front of you?
Questionnaire. Is that
Yes, it says parole revocation questionnaire. You see it? Signature will be at the bottom.
where is it? Could you show me?
No, it would have been a piece of paper.
Or piece of paper? Oh, no, Mr. Murphy said, no, it would have been a piece of paper. I don't have it.
You don't have it? You don't have a copy of that?
No, sir.
Okay, can we get a copy of that on screen?
Sir?
Fixing to put a copy on screen for you to see.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, you see that on screen?
Yes, sir, I see.
Is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir, that's mine.
Okay, good. You can read and write.
Yes, sir, very much.
All right, Ernest Brown Jr., DOC number 102751. First rule violation, number 4. On or about 12/30/2021, you were arrested by Baton Rouge Police Department, charged with the violation of LARS 14402 stalking. You were detained in East Baton Rouge Parish Jail Prison on 1/3/2022. On 6/29/2022, you pled guilty to the amended charge of entry or on or remaining in places or on land after being forbidden. On 7/6/2022, you waived your preliminary hearing and pled guilty to the violation. You agreed to complete inpatient treatment in lieu of revocation. On 7/7/2022, you were ordered to complete Steve Hall treatment program, DVOP program due to COVID 2019, you were not transported to the program until 1/7/2022. On 10/4/2022, you withdrew your guilty plea to the state, dismissed the charges under EBR #DC-22-000373. Our office was advised by the court that this was done because you have never been transported for treatment. You have been incarcerated for 10 months on a 6-month suspended sentence. On 2/1/2023, our office was advised that you were no longer appropriate for the program due to non-compliance with medication. You failed to complete the program as ordered in lieu of revocation. How do you plead?
To not completing the program,
Yeah.
or not completing the program, I plead, not guilty with a statement.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead and make your statement.
And, I was kicked out the program because I was instructed that I wasn't taking my medication. Now, due to the fact that I've done a lot of time in the system, I know that I have a right not to take my medication. So when I go to the rule book, and every rule book is backed up by the legislature in the state of Louisiana, if it's implemented and backed up by the legislature, then it's supported by the law. And if it's supported by the law, it's supported by the Constitution. Now, I have a copy here of the rule book, which is on the tablet, and it states verbatim, inmates have a right to refuse routine medical attention or prescribed medication. Inmates who refuse medical attention or other medical services shall be required to complete a medical refusal form. And a medical refusal form is completed with me whenever I refuse my medication, which is this form. This is a medical refusal form. So due to me completing that form, it takes all liability away from the entity of the department, which is if something happened to me for refusing my medication, they are not liable. This is required in every institution in the state of Louisiana, whether it's sheriff department or department of correction. I'm familiar with that. This is not the first time I refused my medicine. I do it at home, and I've done it before I even went home. I don't like pills. This is what I'm telling the nurse. I don't like pills, and as a result of me never doing drugs and alcohol, I don't like pills. Now, do I live any kind of way? No, I don't eat salt. I don't eat fried food. So I also not only depend on my medicine at that time, I also depend on me taking care of myself.
Who prescribed your meds for you?
My meds were prescribed, excuse me, my medication was prescribed even before I went home. Even before I went.
By a treating physician, a mental health physician? What were you?
My medication was prescribed before I come here.
What's that?
My medication.
Right. So they prescribed your meds and for what condition? A physical condition, a mental health condition?
No, high blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
That's the meds in question, high blood pressure?
That's the medicine I take, high blood pressure.
And any other meds?
No, sir, none whatsoever.
Okay.
I take high blood pressure medicine. And since I've been on high blood pressure medicine, like I say, Mr. Chair, I don't like taking pills, period. I've never been addicted to that.
Have you been regularly monitoring your blood pressure? I mean, do you know that you shouldn't take it or not? I'm just asking, I mean, if your pressure's up, are you monitoring your blood pressure, I guess is what.
Well, they take a routine blood pressure check here, and my blood pressure has never been high. The same thing in East Baton Rouge prison. My blood pressure has never been high. Now at home, I monitor my blood pressure because I have a wrist monitor. So every morning I get up, I have a wrist monitor, which I have personally, my own blood pressure wrist monitor. I take my blood pressure on a frequent basis because I don't even take my blood pressure medicine regularly at home. I don't know that's 30 days.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm only saying, Mr. Chairman, that me refusing to take my medicine, I'm just exercising my right.
Right. We hear you. We hear what you're saying. Tell me about the stalking, situation. Tell me about that. I have everything in front of me. I understand pled down to it. I understand how long you were in jail. I understand that, the DA, changed. I look but something happened. So tell me what happened.
The stalking situation derives from me. I was engaged to be married, and I think, we had a little minor falling out, Mr. Chair. And when you see the value of the woman and you see her work, to me, pursuing a relationship with her was all that mattered. We had a wedding day scheduled for January the 1st. It was canceled because our engagement was broken off. Our engagement was broken off behind something so minor. And I was in the mindset that I was doing something right, because I was in the mindset that I was fighting for the love of the woman that I want to spend my life.
Right, no, and I understand that, but if she doesn't want the same, you can't, that's where you cross the line. When she tells you no, that means no. When she says she don't want to be with you, that's what that means. I know that's hard to hear, but that's how that works. Kind of like your rights on not take the pill, it's her right for you to stay away from.
Definitely.
Right?
And it was 4.5 months that we had a little minor discrepancy, and I made an attempt to talk and have an adult conversation. I only made 2 attempts to have an adult conversation in 4.5 months. And I was constantly praying for God to reconcile our relationship, because she meant the world to me. Don't get me wrong. She meant the world to me. And I felt like she was worth me fighting for when she wanted to go a separate. Mr. Chairman, call me. Don't get me wrong. She'll call me and she'll say, Ernest, I love you. I'm praying for you. I know you praying for me. I know you love me. Don't get me wrong. But I want you to forgive me and I forgive you. And that's all I want to tell you. And she'll hang up. She done that 4 or 5 times. The last time she called me, she said, Ernest, you're a good man. And it's not you, it's me. She let me get a chance to say, well, Carla, let's go to counseling. She said, no, I don't want to go to counseling right now. I said, I'll pay for counseling. I'll even go with you. I'll go with you because I may need it as well. She said, no, I don't want to go to counseling. I just wanted to tell you I love you. And she'll hang up. She'll block me where I can't call her, but she could call me and she was more than welcome to call.
That's right. Well, look, that's called a relationship. Sometimes it's hard. Look, it's difficult being in relationships. Things are hard, but she don't want you. She wants to do it on her time. She don't want to, want you there. She don't want you there. And so I understand what you're saying. I mean, you felt like, I guess, whatever you're kind of saying, maybe you felt led on or not led on, but when they say no, it don't matter how many times they tell you they love you. If they say, look, I don't want to go to counseling, I don't want to have a relationship, that's what it means, I mean, that's just what it is, right?
Yes, sir. I understand that. And it took me being in this situation to realize
Sure. I understand. Like I said, we need to still figure out about the Steve Hall and the DVOP program and all those things. We got to figure out, because you still, that's counseling. And then you just said you go to counseling. Those are things that you need to help yourself when you get out. Do we have the staff? Y'all have any input for us? Anybody, the staff there? Is the staff in the room?
Yes, sir. But Mr. Chairman, I was scheduled to graduate. I had 1 more week of class, just 1 week of class, and then the following week I was scheduled to graduate. So I was doing everything that I was possibly can for not getting. I didn't get a disciplinary report.
So you had 1 week, so you completed the whole Steve Hall program, the whole DVOP program, and you were 1 week from completing. Is that what you're telling me?
I was 1 week from graduating. Yes, sir. I was supposed to graduate.
How long had you been in?
I came November, and I was supposed to graduate February 24th. I went to class on the 8th and the 9th, and the lady from the parole board came up on the 10th, and she was telling me that I've been kicked out of class, and I'm like, no, I just went to class yesterday. She said, no, you've been kicked out of class and you violate the condition of your parole. I said, miss, I went to class yesterday and I got 1 more week of class, and then I'm graduating.
Okay, let's hear what staff's got to say. Let me hear what they got to say. How about that?
Good morning. This is Lori Culpepper. I'm the mental health director for Steve Hoyle. As it is in DOC regulation, that part of the requirements to be at Steve Hoyle is to be medically stable on all prescribed medications. It is in the DOC reg. It is well understood. Medical did explain that to him the day that he started refusing meds. Not only that, but Warden Burns did meet with him and explain to him that part of the procedure or part of DOC policy in order to stay in Steve Hoyle is to be compliant on his medications.
So was he
Now,
taking them all the way up until this last week? Is that what he was doing?
no, part of that was our fault. He did not get taken off the schedule. He had been told in, I'm not sure exactly what day.
So he stayed in the program from the get-go and never.
Yeah, he did, and then like in January, he quit taking his meds, and he was warned by both medical and the warden that it's policy, DOC policy, that he has to be on his medications and stable.
So I guess what I'm asking, did he start the program off his meds? That's the question.
No.
I'm asking.
He did not. He came on, he had 4 blood pressure meds that he was compliant with until in January when he quit taking.
No,
them.
that's not true.
Hey, let her speak. Hey, look, listen, let her speak. That's not doing you any good. So
Yes.
he started on his meds, and then around January, he started in November, the program, and around January, he decided he did not want to take his meds anymore.
Yes, that's exactly correct. And medical then notified me that they did not feel that he was medically appropriate according to our policy, DOC policy, to be in the program due to his refusal of his medications.
Okay, and so then a week out, he decided to just say, look, you can't complete. Is that true? He had a week left to complete the program?
That is not true. That is not true.
Yeah, what do you have?
He should have been, I have to get my paperwork together because I didn't totally prepare for all this, but when he was kicked out, he still had about a month left.
But yeah, because we need to know specific, like to know, how long you would have, to complete.
No, that's not gonna be on my desk. Will you go ask medical when they send me, do we have a copy of that email? I'm getting somebody to get the information. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'd like to know how much longer he had to finish the.
Did we not submit it? Yeah, we're getting that information. I apologize.
So that's where we're stuck here is medical saying, look, we don't feel he's medically stable because of the not taking his meds and he got kicked out. I mean, that's where we are. There was no other issues, no other problems other than this. Were there any other issues?
The only thing I want to say in terms of treatment,
Documented?
he was a little defiant in treatment. We did have a couple staff members talk that they had to constantly redirect him to have him maintain on task. That's all I have, but they are trying to find out what day he started refusing.
Y'all have some documentation that he was defiant with some treatment, or during some classes, but kept him in there and things went.
Yes, we tried to work with him. It was just when the medical finally said, he's refusing his 4 blood pressure meds, that they did not feel that he was appropriate for the.
What date was he kicked out? Again, what date was he kicked out? Are you still getting that? You're waiting to get that information?
Yes. They got it? Perfect. Do you know what day he quit taking his meds? Is it in there?
The day I contacted you or the day?
Yeah, the day he started refusing.
He probably started refusing, it was like, 11/29. returned due to refusal of all medications, blood pressure, discussing for 10 minutes, he said he would start taking them. And then brought him in again in December, because he refused in December 30th. Said there was no water. And then I think went around there to find you. You got all back to November.
We have any information?
Yes, sir. So he started, he went into medical the first time to say he was gonna refuse in November. Medical talked to him, because medical is right here. She told him that, you need to take your medication. Then he took it for a little while. They met with him again in December to remind him, because he started refusing again. And then he's saying that there was no water to take it. So he agreed to take it again, and then he finally told them that he wasn't gonna take it anymore on
The last time I spoke with Mr. Brown was January 30th.
January 30th was the last time she spoke.
He took it in November, he took it in December, he didn't take it in January.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he was kicked out of Steve Hall when?
January 30th, the day that medical sent me an email letting me know that she spoke with him again about how he has to be medically stable, and he was refusing to take his meds.
So he was
And-
kicked out at that time, when he
Yeah.
refused to take meds in January. He didn't stay in the class any longer after that.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And what was his finish date? Do you know that?
It was a graduation date,
My graduation day was February the 24th.
February 24th.
About a month.
Class on the 8th and the 9th. And I had 1 week of class, then I was graduating. That's what Ms. Mullen told me. And I was only in Ms. Mullen's class.
So he had taken, he did that. He wasn't in the Steve Hall program. You weren't in the Steve Hall program in February. You were in January.
To my-
He was in MRT, he had victims awareness with us at Steve Oil during the month of February, he would have been in also.
Okay, so he was in class the beginning of February, and he was due to graduate at the end of February. So we're, a couple weeks, sounds like.
Mr.
Sounds
Chair,
like. Okay, we're just trying to get to the, good. Hang on just a second. Mr. Maribel has a
I do
question
have
for medical or
yeah, for medical.
Ms. Lori.
Ms. Laurie, is there a domestic violence or some sort of anger management component to Steve Hoyle?
Yes, and he was in those classes also, that was the other,
Had he completed those portions of the class?
no, sir,
So he did not complete those portions of the class.
no, sir,
Those would have been for the next month that he was kicked out of.
yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and I have Mr. Freeman has a question.
Okay, I'm gonna be quite frank with you. You got two choices. Either get back on your meds and finish this program, or I will vote to revoke you because you're not back on the streets without long-term treatment. But it's your choice. It's not mine. It's yours. Just like you have a choice to say, no, I don't want my meds. I got a choice to say, I think you're a danger to society without this drug. So you sit there and shake your head. I've been doing this for 35 years of probation.
I understand. But could I say something, please?
Hey, you can make a brief statement, then we'll hear from Ms. Hickman and Ms. Cochran. Or would you like for them to speak first?
It's okay. It's up to them. If they want.
Want to let them speak first here at the, we have Miss Edna Brown Hickman and we have Miss Dolores Cochran. Yeah, y'all can make a brief statement. Go ahead. And then we'll, you listen to them and then we'll talk back with you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. The board. Good morning, Ernest.
And what's your name?
I'm Edna.
Edna
Yes.
Hickman. Okay, Edna.
Yes, and I'm here because I really do feel that, as you can see, they can't even for you and you speak out. I really feel that an injustice has been done to my nephew, and I'm here to, on his behalf, I'm here to actually do justice, to give him compassion, to give him to give him that opportunity. A great American once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that was said by the Reverend Dr. Martin. And we are here to appeal to you about what has happened to Ernest. Now, I passed out to you the different papers that you already knew about. That is that he was arrested for stalking. It was pleaded down. That was a plea deal. That the plea deal was made between the district attorney's office, the court, the judge, his attorney, and I was told the parole officer. He gets back to the jail, supposed to get an ankle monitor. They had mentioned him, put the ankle bracelet on him, and then guess what they did? They came back and they said, no, the parole officer has a hold on you. So he said, he has a hold on him. Ernest didn't know why there was a hold on him. He still didn't know. And I started calling, and of course, Dolores would talk about the fact that she was there at the hearing on June 26th, when the first hearing that he had, first hearing, he was in jail from December to June. And the judge then decided if between the judge and the assistant district attorney and his probation officer, parole officer at the time, they decided if he would plead to a lesser, you don't know about these people, you make them all the time. That's why he pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of entry, remain after forgiveness. Then, based on that, they were supposed to release him with time served. There was nothing about the fact that he was going to have to take this class. Not originally. That came up later, that no, he needed to out and take a class. When they appeared, the second document that I presented to you, I know you all have it, but I just wanted, I didn't know how much you have reviewed it and how much you looked at it and how much you gone through it.
Yes, ma'am, we reviewed it all. Absolutely, every bit of it.
Very good. Then you know that the charges were dismissed on October 4th. Now, I just have a question. When the court dismisses a charge, then I thought that was say.
No, ma'am.
They don't. You don't have a final say. So I learned that the court didn't have a final say. He thought the court had a final say. So he was again willing to go home. Again, he was disappointed. I'm not going to go through a lot of this, but
Yes, ma'am.
I gave you this
We have it all.
to show you
We've gone through it.
the calls that I made to try to get him in class. They kept him in jail. They never gave him the ankle monitor, even though they said that the classes could not take anybody because of COVID, because they didn't have time. But I'm here to just say to you that Ernest, recent Ernest, sent him money because he got to the place. He called me and he said he didn't have toothbrush, toothpaste, he didn't have soap, he had nothing. He said $20. They took the money for his medicine. Now, I don't know what the rule is, but one of the reasons he was not taking the medicine, for what he told me, was because they were making him pay for the medicine. And if they're going to charge him for the medicine, he said, well, I won't take it exactly, but I'm taking some of it, but I'm not taking it like it should be. I asked his parole officer, I talked to him, to find out why are they taking this money for medicine. If he is an inmate, I thought the state would give him, well, if he didn't have any money, he would have. But no, he was saving him a little money so he could kind of have a little something. They would take this money. That's part of the reason that he did take medicine. But I just want to
Thank
just
you.
let you know.
Thank you for your comments. Go ahead and hear from Miss
Okay,
Dolores.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. We just hope to.
Morning.
First of all, I'm Dolores Coppin, I'm Ernest Brown's cousin. Well, I was here for support. And to let you all know that he does have family that cares about him. We're gonna stand behind him 100% and help him to stay on the path and do what he needs to do to become a model. And yes, we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. And like he was saying, he was in love. As you all know, he's done over 35 years of his life in prison. And this is his first love. And he was in love. He was just trying to reconcile the relationship. And like you said, no means no, so she said no, we shouldn't do that. But when you got a girlfriend telling you, I don't care how many times I say no, fight for me, because we're not gonna split up, I know these things because and I talked to her, I was like, in a relationship with her. But Ernest, like she said, the reason he refused to take that case, because he needed condiments to live. And they were taking his monies to pay for his medicine. So he was taking it not as prescribed, but as he thought as needed. And that was one reason he was taking, not trying to be a problem in the system or a problem to them. He was going to try to get the best life he could in the situation. So as his family members, I mean, we care about him, we love him, and we know what he's capable of doing. When Ernest first got out of prison, he got out, got 2 jobs for 2 cars. He completed a truck driver program. He graduated from Visa Driving Academy, completed that program, and he was trying to complete the driving for it and start driving trucks and try to move them out. So we just ask for compassion on his behalf.
All right.
And some understanding of what he's going through, what he's doing, and disappointment.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ernest. You want to make some statement? You want to make a statement?
Yes, sir.
First of all, let me ask you this before you make a statement. So you telling me that they told you, I'm gonna ask them, they told you that you got to pay your money to buy your medicine? Is that what you telling me on right here?
Yes, sir. They was taking like when I came.
Did they tell you, we need your money so we can pay for your medicine?
They just took it.
I'm asking you, did they say, we need your money, pay for your medicine? I'm asking you. It's just what you told somebody. I'm just trying to find out, get to the truth. This is time to tell the truth. This is where we are right now. It's time to be true.
When I came, I didn't have 2 paces, so my auntie sent me
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the money that you got. Did they tell you, I need that money because you need to pay for your medicine? Is that what they told you?
Yes, sir. They said I have to pay for my medicine.
Miss Lori,
Yes, sir.
what's the status on taking the money to pay for the meds?
Well, I'm gonna say this, when they do get here, they all get toothpaste, they get, a kit of soap, right, Lieutenant?
That is correct.
And, yes, if they do get money, they have to pay $5 per prescription, and that's Mosier's policy.
So $5 goes to prescription and that's it for the time they're there, or $5 a month, or $5 what?
To the board, it is a $5 prescription per month, so each medication is $5.
Okay, so $5 per prescription per month.
That is correct.
So if you got 4 meds, if you got 4 meds, that's $20. And then but you provide the soap and the toothpaste and that stuff.
We provide soap and toothpaste upon their arrival. Once that is gone, if they have money on their account, they are able to purchase it off of commissary. If they are an indigent defendant or an indigent offender with no money on their books, we will provide it to them free through the city telecom or to the commissary service. They just order the indigent kit and they can get that off of the commissary account. We will not keep medication from them. Even if they are indigent, we still provide that medication.
Okay, so if he didn't have any money, the meds would still be provided.
If he owed this facility $1,000, we would not hold medication. He would still receive his medication monthly.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Mr. Ernest.
When I came in, Mr. Chairman, I was quarantined and they didn't have anything for me. I didn't get toothpaste or soap. I went over 3 weeks without brushing my teeth. I went over almost 3 weeks without taking a shower. And I was telling my auntie, I said, auntie, I ain't brushed my teeth since I've been here. So my auntie sent me $20 and to buy me some cosmetics, and they took it. And I still owe $5. And I told my auntie, I said, auntie, I still owe $5. I didn't know she sent me some money to buy cosmetics. But when I looked on the computer and seen it, they had then took it because I had owed them for my prescription. So I told her, I need some more money. And she said, babe, I don't have no money to send you. I'm gonna ask your Aunt Lottie. So she sent me $20 more. And they took the 5, and the next week I went in commissary, I bought me some toothpaste and soap. When I came, they didn't have anything available. They said they didn't have it at the time. If they get it, they would give it to me, but they never did bring it to me. And I didn't just ask no more, you know? But they charged me $25 a month for my prescription.
Okay,
And as a result, I stopped taking my medicine so much to stretch my prescription out to where when I do get money, my father sent me some money, he's 83 years old. And when I do get money, I at least have some money to buy me some coffee and some more soap and toothpaste, you know, and other things that I want.
okay. All right,
How many prescriptions you have?
I have 5.
So that's $25 a month. Okay.
Yes, sir, 25.
all right. Rules, panel prepared to vote, Mr. Marabella?
You know, I've listened to you, Mr. Brown. And I understand what you're saying, and it's unfortunate that a lot of things have gone bad. But you know, we have to keep our eye on the ball and why you're in prison to begin with. You were on parole supervision.
Yes.
And you were required to honor the law. You
Yes.
violated the law by violating protective orders that this lady had against you. You ultimately pled guilty, and look, I've been in the criminal justice system for 50 years. I was a judge for 16, 17 years. I was a defense lawyer. I know all about plea bargains. People rarely plead to something they didn't do. It's normally dropped down. And clearly you got a pretty good deal. And I think the reason they came back and let you withdraw your plea is because the system screwed up, agreed. The monitor who was supposed to come out and put an ankle bracelet on you, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And then you come before this board and you're told that you need to do Steve Hoyle, DBOP, because of what you did, not because of the fact that COVID hit and the fact that they didn't do what they were supposed to do. You needed DBOP because you had committed a crime. And there are consequences to committing crimes. And the consequence was to you to get treatment in a program, the DBOP program. You were in that program. You chose to exercise your right not to take your medication. And you have that right. But you know, with exercising rights comes consequences. You chose, well, I'm not going to take my medication. Well, when you chose not to take your medication, you violated a rule about being into the program. So you got kicked out. That's what we're here about. This isn't about, and I'm sorry that the system took so long to get you where you are. But if I vote to put you back on the street without getting you the proper treatment to make sure you don't go back out there and stalk this lady again and understand why it's so significant, then I wouldn't be doing my job. My vote today, in lieu of revocation, is for you to complete the Steve Hoyle program. Now, I don't know if you can get back in and just do the next month. You might have to do the whole thing. I didn't get you kicked out. You got yourself kicked out by exercising your right not to take your medication. And that is your right, but there are consequences with exercising that right. Part of the problem you were having was your defiance. I see that today. You want to do things your way. You're on parole for armed robbery. There's certain rights you don't have anymore because you're on parole supervision. So it's your choice. You can go into that program and you can finish that program, otherwise you'll be revoked.
All right, Mr. Freeman.
I concur totally with Mr. Marabella.
All right, 2 votes in lieu of revocation to complete the Steve Hall program. Again, DBOP, anger management, the Steve Hall program. So you know where you are. You follow the rules, complete the program, and you'll be released. But 3 votes to vote in lieu of revocation the program. You understand? You understand what your vote is?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.